Hello, everybody. Um, I was posting out on Facebook today that actually it was yesterday, but talking about what do you feel when you find out that you're soul, and how you feel about cheating, and what I'm talking about, cheating on what purpose. There was a few people already contact me. It's like Dio, I am such and such. I found my twin flame. Everything happened so drastically, so fast, and I feel this cheating inside of me when I am with my spouse, either whatever the site is. And I was asked, Dio, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna help us? How are you gonna advise us what to do? But before you guys can get to this point, I want to let you know what it feels like, the cheating, and what is the cheating comes from, like a standpoint. When you awaken as a soul and you find your soul partner, your soul automatically pushing you on the road you to live as a soul from now on, simply because you discovered that the highest love right now exists in the soul, and your soul is already in relationship with somebody. And when your soul is in a relationship with somebody, you already have a mate or you have a spouse, but that's on a physical level. You haven't understand the beginning. He never told you that you should look for a soulmate, for somebody who your soul clicks in, not your body clicks in. And when your soul connects with your counterpart, specifically about the twin flames, because you two are gonna have specifically the same vibration in the soul, this will be very impactful for specifically the both sides. It doesn't matter if you're a runner, chaser, whatever you want to call it, yourself, because deep inside of the soul, you kind of like internally you are married, but you are married in physical with somebody else, and the guilt inside of you when this happens, it's enormous. It's very hard to bear. It's like you're in love with somebody who's not even present next to you, but at night you're sleeping with somebody else, and the soul is just telling you, what are you doing? And this causing a lot of problems with the spouses. If you have a husband, you will definitely have a problems with having a sex. If you have a wife, completely, you will be like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. You were never taught that there is a love in the soul. You were never taught that you can have a relationship as a soul, and you were never taught that the highest level of love is in the soul. And when that happened, what are you gonna do? What is your choices? Basically 90% of the time what happens is that you're gonna leave that relationship, that the physical relationship, simply because over the time the soul takes over, and that relationship just gonna be going down, simply because you are awakened soul, and the soul, it's telling you what to do. And this is why I give always the best advice is listen to your soul. Your soul knows the road. Your soul definitely know the road, what to do, how to navigate this. The other advice I really give you, and specifically I've seen through a lot of twin flames, and I actually made a post yesterday, and the post was about confessions. Did you confess to your twin? Almost 99% of the problems between the twin flames is really comes in, it's that they don't have fully confessed to their twin flame. And when you confess to your twin flame, you tell them how much you love them, but the love that you express, it's the love from the soul, and it's coming as a very high vibration of love. And usually that scares your twin flame, scares them to a level because they don't understand what's hitting them. They don't understand that you awaken soul, and for them, they don't have the idea that you look in them as a soul is the most precious thing in the world. And when you express love as a vibration within the soul on that level, they will be like, oh my gosh. And it's hard for them to confess any love because they're not fully awake. They feel the vibrations from you, they understand the vibrations from you, but they don't get it. The reason I'm telling you that you have to confess to your twin flame is for 3 reasons. Number one, first of all, who you do have to confess. Number one, you have to confess to the universe, to God, that you recognize this. You confess, okay, God, I understand. I completely find now that this is the place that I need to be. I will listen my soul. I will listen everything, and I will follow this path. And this is how you actually, because you already have a contract with the person you are married with. It's not really a soul contract, as a soul contract as a twin flame, but you already have a soul contract. So the first of all, you have to recognize to the universe that you're already in a new soul contract, that it's a very high level. The second one, you have to confess to your spouse or significant other that you have. It's like, hey, listen, I met this person, I have so much deep love for them. I can't really explain it to you what's wrong with me, but I feel so guilty of sleeping with you, and my soul loves them. It's just to create a huge conflict inside of me. I don't know what's gonna happen and what it is, but I'm just wanting to tell you that I love them so much. It is what it is. I try to overcome it, but nothing happens. Just the love in the soul, it's too much inside of me for them. And you confess. It's not that hard, it's not that easy either, but the soul will help you out to navigate through it. 90% of the time, the spouses of twin flames, they know that something's going on with you. They know, they feel you, they understand that something changing inside of you. You're not the same person. Your vibrations on home, even specifically the kids, they will recognize everything you have. And they will feel that you feel awkward. You're gonna feel awkward because of that cheating in the soul. Because that cheating on the soul is actually gonna lead you to different places, through different situations. It's on it. And the third one, it is that you have to confess to your twin. A lot of the people, they don't confess on the proper priorities, simply because when you confess to the universe or God, you actually tell, okay, please help me to break that soul contract. because I understand I have to be on a new contract with this person. And then when you go to your spouse, you tell them, listen, you have to let me go. You have to let me do the things that I needed to do, because I just love this person. I am what I am. I have things that I need to do. It's hard for me to explain it to you, but that's how it goes. And when you go to your twin flame, you basically tell them, hey, I have those deep feelings for you. I never had those deep feelings for nobody else. And what I tell my twin, I was like, hey, listen, I wrote her a letter because she doesn't speak English, and translate in Spanish anyway. But finish with, like, hey, only God can love you more than I do. And when I say that to her, it scared the crap out of it. She did not talk to me for 3.5 months because she did not understood what hit her. And here is the situation that a lot of the twin flames do, specifically a runner. They make that little mistake of not register that this is a blessing, this is a love. And when they do not get that part, they try to run away from it. They try to disconnect from it. And over the time, they're going to feel lost and confused, and they're going on their own journey. And if they're not with you, you're going to feel better that you do confess. Because the whole point of the journey of the twin flames is that the both two people of the relationship of the twin flames, they confess to each other for love. And doesn't matter what love story you're taking, it's teaching about this mistake of not recognize that blessing of love, and later on becomes some kind of curse or some kind of magic that force them to meet again and to confess again. You can take, for example, the Beauty and the Beast. He showed her the love in the beginning, but she didn't take it. She had to understood it later on that she loves him. She confessed that she loves him later on. And once the confession happened, she learned to love him as a beast, and the beast turned to a prince. And that's why a lot of the twin flames, they don't see you as the prince or the princess in their eyes, simply because they look at with their ego. They're looking of the society, they're looking of how the things are. But you as an awakened twin, that it's already within the soul love, you understand everything. And it's very hard for awakened twin to be in a relationship with somebody else, specifically because you understand you're already merging with somebody in the soul. And that merging with inside of the soul, it's with that person. You would try to go ahead and look at another relationships. Everything's gonna be magically not happening, simply because you're already within a soul union with your twin. Yes, you're in a soul union, but not in a fully soul union, because that soul union, that soul connections between you two has to be made it complete. At the beginning, it's like this: you can't do anything, just two opposite things. They have to start, they have to learn each other, and once they're learning each other, they are meshed up as one, and then they begin more and more. And the hardest part is of the twin flame is that that feeling of cheating moment. It's actually one of the recognitions that you are in a soul relationship. If you have that cheating feeling that in the soul, that's mean that you are in the right place. You go in the right direction, because the soul, it's telling you, yes, this is how it is. Some people cannot recognize this, but if you are the one who's been into it and who's been growing to it, and going on at this time, at this moment, they know exactly how the real cheating is. It has nothing to do with physical touch. You maybe never had a physical relationship or physical contact with that person, but the soul contact is so deep, so high, and you can't even shake it off at all. Doesn't matter what you do. And this is why that cheating comes in, that feeling of deep cheating inside of you comes in, because you recognize you're in a new relationship, and you can't be on two relationships. The one of them has to go down. And that's why that feeling in the soul as a cheat comes into it. Now what's going to happen down the road, it depends on what the journey of the twins and what they have to learn. But if you both they have been confessed to that love, they're going to have the blessings. They will accept the blessings, and that will be okay. They will be working out. But if you the only one recognize this, and the only one accept this, and the only one confess to this love, then the situation is going to be much more harder, because failing to see this blessing in the soul, because it's a love within the soul, it's a blessing from it, will become a curse down the road. And the curse was explained in all the love stories. The curse is like in the Sleeping Beauty, she's gonna be under magic until the magic prince comes in and wake her up, and he lifts that curse. Beauty and the Beast, again, the curse is that she has to love him as a beast, and once that she loves him and she's ready to do everything for him, the curse is lifted. Take the Princess and the Frog. She had to kiss the frog so he can become the prince. So this is how some of the twin flames is that they have to accept each other. And that acceptance of each other sometimes will take a long time, simply because they did not accept the bliss. They did mistake the confession, and they have to go through a whole lot of problems until they end up again to the one thing, and that one thing, it's confession and love. That confession and love that brought them in the first place. I hope this video helps you out. I hope that some of the things could be cleared out. And if there is any questions, you can go ahead and make the comments. I would love to read them. And thank you for watching it, and be love.